One.
All right, Contagion, Part 2, summary questions. What country did the disease originate in? What two types of animals did the virus develop in before it made the jump to infecting humans? Who was the first person infected? The disease originated in Hong Kong. It originated from Bet's company when they cut down the trees, causing the bats to fly out. One infected bat grabbed a banana and perched underneath a pig's pen. It dropped the banana, which had his DNA on it. A pig ate it, and it was bought at the food market for food. We then see a chef handle the slaughtered infected pig, and then he goes out to the dining room and poses in the picture with Beth holding hands. The two types of animals that have developed the virus before it made the jump to infecting humans are bats and pigs. Beth Edoff was the first person infected. What type of infectious agent was this, and what was the specific name? The infectious agent was a virus. This virus was called formats, MEV1 pathogen. What are formats, and which character in the movie explain how formats can be involved in the transmission of infectious disease? Dr. Erin Mears worked for the CDC and was an epidemiologist. She explained that formats from the transmission from surfaces. She said that the average person touches their face 2 or 3 times a day, 3 to 5 times every walking minute, and people were touching doorknobs and water fountains, elevator buttons, and each those things become formats. What is the difference between a sign and a symptom of disease? What are the signs and symptoms of this featured in this movie? A symptom is subjective, that is apparent only to the patient. For example, back or fidget. A sign is any objective evidence of the disease that can be observed by others. For example, a skin rash or lump. Signs in contagion are coughing, sneezing, seizures. Symptoms are excessive coughing, sneezing, shortness of breath, severe headaches, cannot swallow, respiratory problems. How long did it take a person affected with this disease to develop symptoms? How long from time of exposure to death? What was the average number of people an infected person would directly transmit the infection to? It took 24 hours to develop symptoms. It took a total of 4 days from the time of exposure to death. The average number of people that an infected person would directly transmit the infection is to 46 people. What was the blogger Allen considered as such a threat? As the best, he believed that he was helping the public. At worst, he was trying to make money by exploiting the situation. Regardless, his actions were making things worse. Explain how. Allen posted a video informing the public that the medication for Sati was the cure to the virus. The public was causing a riot at the pharmacy trying to get the medicine for Sati to help themselves and family. Allen played on 12 million followers, emotion, and made a profit of $4.5 million. Allen told Dr. Suzeman that he is genetically modified organism. Allen told Dr. Suzeman that he had a discussion of the blogosphere that this is a biological weapon. Question 7. Dr. Leonor Ortiz, World Health Organization epidemiologist, was kidnapped. Why did the kidnappers get what they want? Explain. Something kidnapped Dr. Ortiz and took her to his village. He told her that she was going to stay at the village until they found a cure, because his family would be first in line. The kidnappers did not get what they wanted, but it is yes and a no because they got a placebo. Dr. Shever, played Lawrence Fishburne, was a medical official with the CDC. What did he get in trouble doing? Dr. Shever was keeping the truth from the public, and also for telling his fiancee Aubrey to get out of Chicago to save herself. Aubrey told her best friend, and the word got everywhere when the blogger said it on live TV. Question number 9. Before a vaccine can be developed, researchers need to be found a way to grow the infectious agent in a laboratory. The problem with this microbiome was that it could quickly kill into a virus cells that researchers infected. What type of cell do researchers eventually find that allows them to safely grow the microbiome in the lab? Dr. Ali Hextall can see some structures on the surface that look like glycoproteins, but there's nothing myropsychological pathogenic. Dr. Haxall said we tried dead virus combined with several to boost the immune response. No protective antibodies, a lot of dead monkeys. She said now we have to try on a living virus. The only danger with a live virus is possibly that it will revert to the wild type and kill the host. The human trials in that would take weeks, and then we would have to get clearance and approval and figure out manufacturing and distribution. That would take months, and then train survivors to give incremental more months and more deaths. One monkey was good with a vaccine, then Ali decided to test it on herself, and it had worked. Question number 10. Alan ingested Ferments with the beginning feeling ill. He immediately did not get the disease. Why can one not conclude that the Fermites prevented Alan from developing the disease? Please give a detailed response. Alan never had the virus at all, or signs and symptoms. Son, for instance, said his mother tried to force us, but she wasn't strong and did not cure her. The CDC completed the test on the foresight, and the results was positive for for curing, negative for curing. CDC charged Allen for conspiracy and security fraud and manslaughter. Number 11. 6 facts described in the fume that impress you and explain how each fact relates to the fumes. Contagious disease outbreaks can and do happen. This CDC investigations contagious disease every year. They can emerge in the U.S. or anywhere on the planet, just as a plane ride away from spreading globally. CDC scientists work 24/7 to find out what is happening right now because they want to see what type of virus it is. They see how it works to have a vaccine and also experiment. Early detection allows public health officials to manage and reduce the spread of impact of a contagious disease. Washing your hands and with soap with 20 seconds is effective with COVID-19 because it kills some of the bacteria that you have in your hand. With social distancing in the movie because people are staying in their homes surviving on their food that they had only trying to get food from the store. The chaos shocked with people fighting over food and messing up businesses and stealing that people would just save their lives, save themselves first before anybody. A pandemic virus can change the whole world by shutting down schools, stores, libraries, different jobs. Have people working from home and all students working online. People lose their jobs. We may have a social distance for years because of the virus is so easy to catch. Number 12. Describe any aspect of the film that shows you something you haven't seen before because you think in a new way. Of how the virus started with a bat, then the bat drops the banana and the pig ate it, and it's from there. I have become more open to how quickly a virus can start and how quickly it can be spread with human contact. By human contact and touching surfaces where the virus is attached to. And now I cannot trust the CDC because they hide a lot of things from the public, but will save their family first before anything and let them know all the details. I learned to wash my hands more and clean the surface around me and do not touch everything that's around me. Also, do not touch your face every time. Number 13, if the filmmakers were to ask you how the film would be improved, I would say the ending was good because I got to see how the virus got started. Tell them the movie that was presented in 2011 was going to be the future state for the world in 2020. Tell us how to prepare for the virus and be truthful about how it started. If the CDC knew there's a virus, do not just save their family, but save everyone.